grab my hair and make me gag, ho. Take it, take it, take it.
On my head when I shake it, shake it.
Take it, take it, take it.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I've been away for a little bit, you know, life or whatever, but I'm back and I'm off for a few days, so I'm gonna definitely try to film as much as I can for you guys. So I just decided to come to you guys with another story time about the time that I slapped a cab driver with my wig.
Got on all of this YouTube type stuff. Like, it really isn't my vibe at all. Like, I'm really not that type of person. Like, I'm really chill. Like, I'm really goofy. You know, I'm really goofy and like regular. I don't like to be like, hi guys, so da-da-da-da. Yes, I did that. And you would do it too for a check. I was an employee. And I was going to get employee of the month. And that's on period.
So let's get into it. So before I start the story, make sure to like, comment, and turn on my post notifications. And let's get me to 400 subscribers because I am so close. I can taste it, literally. And I'm so proud to see how far my page is coming with the short amount of time that I've been on YouTube. So thank you guys once again. And so let's just jump right into the story. So I'd say this happened... I'll say this story happened 4 or 5 years ago with me and my best friend. So this night, it was actually a really good night. So we got dressed up. My best friend used to live closer to me. So I used to just cab from my house, cab to her house, and then we make our way to wherever. So this day, we went to this one hookah lounge called Exhale. And it was actually a really fun night, if I can recall. It was actually a really fun night. All of our friends were there. And of course, we're getting yacked. So... Exhale usually closed around 2:30, 3 a.m. depending on the vibe, the crew, the people that you're actually with. So we were partying and partying and partying. Me and my best friend are going shot to shot, back to back, you know. Back then I can sip, but right now, trust me, 2 shots and I'm out like a light. So we're partying all night, partying all night, partying all night. And then she asked me, do we want to go? And I was like, no, let's just stay, you know. Let's just stay, it's fine, you know. And she's like, yeah, like, I don't feel good. Like, you know, the liquor's hitting me. And to me, I'm like, okay, yeah, we can go. And you know, like when you're not that lit until you actually like are centered and focused. So I remember I went to the washroom, but I was like lit, you know, still happy. And then we stayed throughout the whole night. We were partying. And like, if you know Exhale, we knew lots of people. So we just go from table to table, talk to all of our friends, drink over here, drink some of this over there, you know, do that and that. So that's what we usually did. So now it's time to go home. And first of all, the cab services in Alberta are horrible. Like, so every single time I'm trying to get a cab to come pick us up from this one spot, never comes. Something is always up with the cab system. So I remember we finally ended up calling the cab and they were just playing games. Like, we were waiting. And like, the liquor in my stomach was turning. When I tell you guys, turning. Like, I was like, now I feel what my best friend feels. That did not feel good at all. So the cab finally comes or whatever, and I get into it, and I get in the front. I don't know why I got into the front. So I get in the front, my best friend gets in the back, and then we do 2 addresses. So we'll go to her house first because she's like on the way home, and then we'll come to my house last. So the cab driver calls us, we go outside, and me like, I'm trying to get into the cab, but I'm trying, like, in my brain, I'm trying to think of like how I'm gonna get home because I want to puke once I get home. Like, I didn't want to puke at the hookah lounge, and I didn't want to puke in the cab because, first of all, I'm not paying for that cleaning fee in the cab. And secondly, if I puke at the hookah spot, I just already knew that like it would just turn more horrible, and like I would not stop puking. So like my mindset was, okay, we're not that far from the hookah lounge from our houses because it was outside too. So I'm like, yeah, so we gotta skedaddle because I do not want to puke. So I get in there, and I'm one of those people that, I don't know about y'all, you guys can comment down below. I will take my wig off anywhere and everywhere. If it's getting too hot, if I am tired, if it's the end of the night, I'm in a car and I know that I'm going to a secure location, I'm taking my wig off. I'm taking it off, smooth off. So I get into the front seat. My best friend's in the back, and she's giving the addresses because like I'm trying not to talk a lot because I just know that if I talk, I'm just gonna, you know, my gag reflexes we're just not in. So we get into the cab. I take off my wig and I go to like turn this way to like give it to my best friend in the back seat, like hold this for me so we get to your crib. And you guys, I think the wig at the time was like long like this one, so like, you know, 30 inches. I took it and it just slapped the shit out of this man's face.
Yeah, double homicide.
Sorry, he was like an Indian guy. Slapped him, ruined his whole night. He's just stopped breathing. He's like, oh my goodness. He's trying to argue. So now I'm just like, I don't have time for this. Like, you know, if you want to argue, I can argue with you. But if you provoke me, I'm going to puke all over your car.
Don't do it. Don't do
So he's like, oh, you hit my eye. You hit my eye. I'm like, nigga, calm down. And you know, like when you know you're wrong, but you're just like, I'm still going to be on your level of energy though. Because like, why are you yelling at me? Rude. I was like, okay, I hit you with my wig and what? Like, I was like, I gave him more attitude than he gave me. So, he's sitting there complaining, hit me with your wig. I was like, take us home. Like, I don't know, like, it already happened. He drops us off at home. I'm like, whatever. Even when I got dropped off at home, I remember I gave him attitude, like, you know, like, whatever, pay, like, this pay with attitude. Came into my house, and then, like, 2 weeks later, went to the same spot again, and he was the one that picked us up. And then he kept looking at me, like, in the front, and once again, I sat in the front seat in this man's car. He kept looking at me in the front seat, picking us up, and he's like, I know. He's like, I know you. He's like, I know you. And I was like, I looked at him and I was like, why is this man telling me that he knows me? And I was like, oh. I was like, that hit you with my wig? And then I was like a little bit more like sober. So I was just like, yeah, I'm really sorry about that. Like I was having like, you know, a lit night or whatever. And he's like, oh, it's okay. You know, it just went all over my face. I really do understand because I hate hair on my face. I can only imagine like a mouthful, an eye full, an ear full, a face full of hair. I'd be pissed too. But I was like, baby, calm down. And it smelled good too. So he was being dramatic. But that was my little story time about how I slapped the cab driver with my freaking wig and he almost stopped breathing. But once again, like, comment, and turn on my post notifications. And I would appreciate y'all for once if y'all got me to 400 subscribers. But thank you guys so much once again.